Jamie paces back and forth, needing to work out the energy coming from the nervous tension she can feel rising inside of her. The floorboards creak beneath her feet, her heavy boots way too loud against the wood. She walks over to the window again and peeks out between the blinds. She lives in a second-floor apartment that gives her a pretty good view of the street below. Right now it looks empty, but a few hours ago it had been chaos, full of people screaming in fear and terror. The sun has long since set, bathing the world outside in darkness. Shadows everywhere, shadows that could be hiding all sorts of horrors. The only evidence left of all that earlier chaos is the car that crashed into the lamppost on the other side of the street. The lights on it are still flashing, but the alarm went silent about an hour ago. Now it's all eerily quiet. Too quiet. Jamie steps away from the window and pulls the curtains closed, leaving the room in near total darkness. Only the two lamps resting on the table providing any illumination. Shit. The blonde curses as she stomps over to the table, grabs the phone and lifts it to her ear. There's no sound at all, not even a dial tone, just dead air. Shit. She curses again as she sees that there's been no change. Not half an hour ago she'd been on the phone to her best friend, Katie, the two of them trying to make a plan to get out of town, when the line had just suddenly cut out. It's not just the phone line either. The television is completely out, and the radio gave her nothing but white noise. She's completely isolated in her apartment, with no way of knowing what's going on outside. Jamie slams the receiver back down into its cradle with a solid thud. Yeah, that wasn't very productive, but it made her feel better. A little better. Maybe. The nervous tension she feels runs under her skin like an itch she can't scratch, and she fidgets relentlessly. Damn, what should she do? She can't stay in the flat, in this city, but she doesn't know if she should leave either. What if Katie comes looking for her or something? Then again, what if she waits around for Katie to show up, but she never does? The thoughts whirl around and around in her head, 1,000 different scenarios playing out in 1,000 different ways, and she finds herself almost paralyzed with indecision. She shakes her head, trying to dismiss the thoughts running through her skull. No, she needs to get out of here. She can't afford to wait around. Let's see. Last she heard, they were evacuating people out of the city from 3 separate points: the train station, the dock, and the airfield near the hospital. The train station is in the centre of town, which means it's far more likely to be packed with people, which in turn means it's likely to have more zombies. On the other hand, being in the centre of town means the infrastructure is better maintained, so she should have an easier time moving around. The key word being should. The dock is to the west, in the old part of town, the part of town that is basically abandoned now, except for the dock itself, and even that barely gets used anymore. The area is a lot more run down, more broken roads and crumbling buildings. On the other hand, there should be less people, and by extension fewer zombies. The hospital airfield. That's on the edge of town to the east. Theoretically, it's outside the main hub, but this all started with a bunch of people coming down with some mystery disease and getting rushed to the hospital. Whatever she picks, she's got a bit of a journey ahead of her. She chuckles, but there's not much mirth in her tone. Of course her bike had to be due for its service this week. Whatever, it's not like dwelling on that is going to help her. Maybe she should swing by Katie's before anything else. She doesn't live too far away, under normal circumstances anyway, and she wouldn't want to accidentally leave her best friend behind.